Hey, what up, everybody? Welcome to DCNDOLO. This is AK87, and I'm doing movie reviews. Now, the new movie for Avengers Endgame came out this weekend, and my friends, I posted that I am about to give a review on this movie, but a lot of my friends were saying, please don't do that. No, I don't want to, don't spoil it for me. Can you wait? Well, it's Tuesday. You have 5 days to go watch it. If you haven't seen it, it's too late. I'm about to drop spoiler reviews since, you know, everybody put the movie reviews and I believe everybody's seen it. So I'll say if you haven't seen it yet, I'm probably going to do maybe 30 seconds of a review, then I'm going to go straight into spoilers. My review on this one is Infinity War, in my opinion, was an all-around better film. And I think the only reason I say this film was better had certain moments, but I remember Infinity War was action-packed from beginning to end. This was it has action-packed for Endgame. It was action-packed in the first 10 minutes, and then it was like it felt like 2 hours of trying to build a story up, and then the last 30 minutes I think is the best superhero experience for 30 straight minutes that I've ever seen on film. So that's my review right there. It was a good film. I give it a 5 out of 5 stars. I haven't come up with a rating system for this show, but when I do, it's gonna be real good. So let's get to the spoilers. So what happened at the beginning, you know, after Thanos did his snap, you had they were at the Avengers headquarters, and you know they had what's her name? I just forgot her name just like that. Anyway, we'll get to the name. I got her face. It's basically Scarlett Johansson's character. She basically, you know, she had all these images, and these images of people dying and who died of the snap. I didn't know Shuri died, which is T'Challa, Black Panther's sister. I didn't know she died until she showed on the screen. So, you know, it was I think 20 or so days had passed since the snap, and she was talking. They were trying to figure out if basically on the planet, and judging from different governments doing tallies of what happened, how many people passed away. So then they said yes, Thanos did really snap it and cut 50% of all living things. So you had all they were thinking about was getting, you know, revenge. Obviously, then you had but actually it cut to one point where Tony Stark was actually caught in the middle of space, and the way they had set it up was that, you know, he was going to die, but you know, that ain't gonna happen. So it was him and Gamora's sister, and her name just escapes me. And so they were trying to repair the ship, and basically the girl with the the blue girl with all the mechanics. I don't really follow the Guardians of the Galaxy that much. I think I watch each movie maybe once. I just know names and faces, but you know, the blue lady. We're gonna call her the blue lady. So they were her and Tony. You know, they were actually was trying to repair the ship, but it seems like it's been a long minute since it happened, because he was saying that they're almost out of air, and so, you know, Tony is trying to say her final goodbyes to Pepper, via doing a hologram, basically through his helmet, sending a message. So then Nebula, that's the name. Then Nebula, he was gonna go sit and lay down and say, you know, this is my final last goodbye. He was gonna take that good sleep to go, you know, pass on. Then Nebula put him into the front of the ship, and she sat down, and there was while he was sitting there, it was this big old bright light looking like the sun. And then I was saying that has to be Captain Marvel, so Captain Marvel ended up showing up. So as to fast forward, apparently she carried that entire ship to where the Avengers location was. I believe that's in New York. And the way she was carrying the ship, it was very Superman-esque, and it kind of showed that she was able to, strength-wise, I don't say she's Superman level, but she was strength-wise, she was able to carry the ship there. So now Tony is, you know, reunited back to Pepper, and then Captain America, and then he sees Captain America, and then, you know, he's talking about how Peter Parker died. He said, I lost him, lost a kid, and Captain America was like, yeah, we lost everything too. So fast forward, they get to they're trying to plan to get the revenge, and they said, Tony, I want the revenge. And then Tony got mad because he actually brought it back to a scene in Avengers: Age of Ultron when he was trying to set up all these different Iron Man to police, the planet. And Captain America said no, and then Tony Stark was like saying, as Avengers, all we do is deal with corrupt governments or arms dealers, stuff like that. But he said what happened in New York, which is the aliens happened in the original Avengers. He was saying that's the Endgame. I don't know if that's the title's first shout out to that, but he was basically getting on Captain America like, we wouldn't have had this problem if you would have let me kept this particular protocol I had with the Iron Man suit. And then Captain America basically was saying that we've all lost and we can go get our revenge right now. And Tony said, no, I don't want to do that. I did that. We tried. We lost. I'm not even doing that, because he really was pissed off because he was very hurt that he had lost Peter Parker, which is a mentor for him. So, Tony said, he sat out the mission. So then they were like, okay, then Captain Marvel said, well, if he snapped the Infinity Stones, then we can go get the Infinity Stones and then bring everybody else back. Then Captain America said, yeah, let's go ahead and do that. So then they had, they got on the ship and they, flew to the planet where Nebula said his father, which is Thanos, was, which is considered the Garden, which is, look like, the Garden, whatever his version of the Garden of Eden is. So, he's there, almost like a regular homebody, but you can tell that he was very injured because when he had snapped, used the gauntlet again to destroy the stones, he was very injured. So then, when he had told Thor that, because they're asking Thor, like, asking everybody where the Infinity Stones were, he said we had snapped it and it's gone, so you can't bring everybody back. So then Thor, with his hammer, just chopped his head off. So then they passed. It was like 5 years later, and you had what I'm gonna do with this one is I'm just gonna get to certain. I'm literally about to explain the entire thing because that's what I do. But I'm gonna get to certain parts. Basically, you had Hawkeye, which he was going around to different places all over the world killing bad guys because he feel that how is it that his family gets wiped away but these bad guys don't. So he goes around, I think he went to Mexico, killed a cartel, and I guess he went, I would assume it was Yakuza. I would assume because he's in Japan. He's killing all bad guys, and they were asking why you killing me. He said because you survive, you shouldn't because you're a bad person. And you had different people on different parts of the world, like Captain Marvel went to certain planets, and they will come and check in. It's almost like their own version of Skype. It's very technological version of, I should say. And you have Black Widow, monitoring, talking to various different people. So fast forward to another part, which is funny because when you look about it, there is actually a scene where you're in Ant-Man's van and you have this rat that actually go click on it, and one can say he clicked on the machine that caused Ant-Man to get out of the quantum realm. And if you would look at it, you could say that this particular rat kind of saved humanity. We're going to get to the reason why the rat saved humanity. So then you had Ant-Man. Ant-Man came and he was coming out and he was trying to figure out, he didn't know what was going on, why the world was different, and so he was walking around San Francisco and it just looked like a wasteland. Nobody was there. Then he met this one kid and he said, what happened? So he finally went and saw, it was like a memorial. The memorial kind of looked similar to the Vietnam Memorial in I believe, DC. And he found his name. So then he tried to go see what happened to see his daughter, because he ended up finding out he'd been 5 years had gone by since he went into the quantum realm. So then he had met his daughter. His daughter's going, I'll say his daughter was around a teenage age, either preteen or teenage. So he was very happy with that. But then he came back and he went to the Avengers hangout. And he had met Captain America and he met Black Widow, and he said, I've been in the quantum realm all this time. And then Captain America, like, I'm so sorry that I've been sorry for 5 years. He said, that's not it. It's even though it was 5 years gone by, it was like 5 hours in there. So then he was talking about, trying to come up way of time travel. Now I could break down the time travel, but I don't know if everybody watching is probably Marvel fans. So I'm just gonna throw out time travel. I really wouldn't want to go into the specifics, how time travel works in the Marvel universe. So I'll just say, he said that we can go back in time to get the stones, then we can snap and get everybody, life back. You know what I mean? All their friends, family, and whatnot. So then they had hope. So then I caught Captain America, like, let's do this. Black Widow, like, I got you, let's go and do this. So Black Widow went to Japan to go find Hawkeye and say, hey, I think we got something that might work. And then Hawkeye, like, don't give me hope. He said, let's go ahead and try it. So Hawkeye, like, was on board. And then, they tried, then they wanted to go meet Tony Stark. So when they come to Tony Stark's house, they found out Tony Stark got a daughter. So him and Pepper got married. They got a daughter. So Black Widow and Ant-Man and Captain America show up to Tony Stark's house and say, hey, we got this plan. Let's, they're talking about physics and time travel. And then Tony Stark said that really gonna work. He said that's kind of idiotic. So we want to base our whole survival mission on Back to the Future. And he said, no, that's. And Ant-Man said, no, that ain't the case. So basically, Tony was like, nah, I don't want to mess with time, because if I do, I'm gonna do it right. Then what I got now will be going away. Which basically, he pretty much, found this kind of happy because he has his daughter, and he's kind of feared that if he went back in time, he might lose, his daughter. You know what I mean? So if the time travel didn't work, so then Ant-Man, like, well, who other scientists did we got? So they said, I got one. That Captain America, I got one. So they went to Bruce Banner, and the funny thing is, when you see Bruce Banner, he looked like the Hulk. Now, I've heard of a version where the Hulk, and Bruce Banner are together, and I'm trying to describe it for those who ain't Marvel fans. So basically, you got Bruce Banner by himself as a human, you got Hulk as basically the Hulk, and then you put them together, and they pretty much a Hulk who got intelligence. I put it like that. But then he sounds like Bruce and all that, and he said that time travel is without his expertise. So they say, just go ahead and try it anyway. So that's what they do. So fast forward to that. Then you have Ant-Man. They try to go to the quantum realm, but he basically he time travels, but not necessarily time itself, but he time travels basically himself. So he like turns to a baby, turns to a kid, baby, old man, and stuff like that. So it's kind of messed up. So then Tony Stark, in the scene, he tries to, even though Tony Stark says that he wasn't going to do it, he gonna do it. He gonna try to learn how to do it. So basically his wife Pepper gave him, the added incentive to go do it. So then Tony comes back and says, hey man, so did he turn into a baby? He's talking to Captain America, like, among other things. He said, I figured it out, I'm gonna do it, And so basically he, builds it. I don't know how he built it, but how movies are. They build it, and basically they have Hawkeye to test it out. So he gets in there, which basically it's like a big old amplified version of what Ant-Man did in his films, but it was very, big, platform. So Hawkeye gets there and tries it. He ends up going back in time. Then he, finds his daughter. Then, then by the time he tried to even go speak to her, he went back in time. So he came back and said, "Hey, this worked," and everybody's happy. They fast forward and they want to go to Thor. Now Thor is my favorite Marvel superhero as far as the Marvel Cinematic Universe is concerned. Even though I like Black Panther and Spider-Man, I like the powerful guys. I like Thor for the MCU. I like Superman for DC. Thor being fat, out of shape, is not what I wanted. The entire time I was thinking, hey, Thor about to go wreck Thanos again because he had to kill him, but he all fat and out of shape because he can't bring all his people back. So he turned to this more comic relief gag type character. I mean, it was funny, but that ain't my type of Thor. No, that ain't my type of Thor. So Thor is basically like he's not, and they have this place called New Asgard basically, and it's a bunch of Asgardians there, and he pretty much ain't ruling the king is the kingdom, and I like to want to know if that's in Norway or anyway, because Thor's lore about that, the real life Thor's lore about that place. But he's trying to Rocket, which is the talking raccoon, tries to get Thor to go, and then Thor like, I don't know if I want to go, and then Rocket was like, hey, about some beer. So Thor ended up going. So now here's the long 2-hour boring part. John will talk about it because I really want to talk about the final battle. So I'm just gonna basically, each person tried to go to different timelines. 2012, I believe, 2014. I think Tony Stark and Captain America went 1970, and then Thor went to Asgard. So they're trying to get all these different stones. So anyway, ended up being successful. They got all the stones, and then but the thing is, Thanos actually, or when they went back to 2014, Nebula was linked to the 2014 version of Nebula, and however that technology works, I really don't know. Anyway, Thanos ended up finding out. So now they end up capturing the 2019 version of Nebula. They switched places, or they forced 2014 to take parts off so you look like the 19 version. So when they get back to the present day with all them stones, 2014 version of Nebula came, and she used Tony Stark's machine to get Thanos and his armor there, and that's when it starts getting real. So basically, they're all together there, and basically, talking while I'm snapping. Hulk, Bruce Banner, he snaps his finger, gets everybody back. But once he sees that everybody back, and then Hawkeye's, wire call him, and everybody's all good. But then Ant-Man look up and he sees some missiles, and they shoot down on the compound, completely destroy the compound. So then everybody's trapped inside. So then you got, I'm gonna call him Fat Thor because I'm still mad he fat. But anyway, it's funny, but he's still fat. Yeah, Fat Thor. You had Iron Man, and you had Captain America looking at Thanos sitting there chilling, waiting while Nebula, one of his daughters, goes fires the Infinity Stones, and then they was like, "What's he doing?" And then he said nothing. And then Iron Man said, "Hey man, you got Infinity Stones?" Like, nah. The Captain America like, "Oh, I guess we can go fight him." Then Thor like, "I'm glad we're on the same page." Thor eyes light up. Then he got the hammer that he got from when he went to Asgard. He stole that. Then he got Stormbreaker, which is a big old axe. Then he's light up. And the lightning change, he got a suit, and then I'm like, oh, it's about to go down. So you got Captain America, and then you got Iron Man really going after Thanos, and then Thanos looking real powerful. And then, which, again, I don't like the fact that he got Fat Thor, because, in shape Thor would have been just fine fighting Thanos by himself, but, he's out of shape. He getting beat. Basically he getting beat, pushed to the rock. Then you got Thanos, put the axe on his chest. Then, oh my God, I know you're about to kill my favorite character. Like, I don't want to see that. Next thing you know, you see the big old axe that only Thor was supposed to be able to carry, lift up, and then he get hit in the back of the head. I'm thinking like, wow, Thor control that. Nah, Captain America holding that thing, because Captain America's worthy. So you get Captain America, you got the hammer, you got the shield, and he just beating the living hell out of Thanos. And then I'm just thinking like, oh my, wow, Captain America beat him, but you know how they do. He's the villain. So Thanos come, and they beat him, Captain America, and he said, okay, end of this. My conquering is just purely business. It ain't personal. Now you done made it personal. So then he summoned his entire army. He got all the foot soldiers. He got whatever them weird animals they got. They got the flying, I don't know what them things are, but they ugly. I just call them flying little machines and everything big. And I'm like, oh wow, Captain America. You got Iron Man knocked out. You got Thor sitting there like can't move. You got Captain America. Captain America get knocked out, but he's the Mr. I can do this all day. You know what I mean? So he basically. It's like, okay, well, I guess Captain America can go fight him by himself, that entire army, and even my heart literally went down to my chest. I'm like, I know they ain't about to kill out Captain America. They kept on talking about killing off Captain America. I'm like, man, he about to go out like this. Then he said, then you had the Falcon come in, which is friend, and he said, hey, Cap, can you hear me? Can you read me? Then I'm like, what? He said, look to your left. So then you got this portal come in. Black Panther, Okoye, and Shuri come out. I'm like, oh, and they back, and they had this look like, and Shuri is pissed off, and then you have them coming out, and then you got the Guardians of the Galaxy coming. I'm sorry, let me throw it out there. You got Doctor Strange comes out, he puts out the different portals. You got all the Avengers from all 22 different films just come out. The big old army. You got the Wakanda's airplanes and all that. And then he said, Captain America's Avengers assemble. And then they just coming in fighting, you know what I mean? And then basically, So you had, you had different fight scenes, yeah, you had your, female empowerment. We had all the female, actually I'm going ahead. I'm gonna say that basically, yeah, Scarlet Witch ended up fighting Thanos and just beating up Thanos because she's still mad that he killed Vision and he really about to kill Thanos. And then Thanos said, "Hey man, get the get your ship to shoot the missiles down and stuff like that." And all the Avengers and the troops are getting damaged. And then in come the Sun, which is Captain America, which I actually love Captain America. Captain Marvel now. She come in, bust up that whole basically bust up that whole ship. All the things destroyed. She come in, she meet Peter Parker. Peter Parker got the gauntlet. And then she said, give me that, get that to me so I can go give, basically go where the new mini little version of the little, the time quantum realm thing is. And that's when I'm going back to, you had the female empowerment. We had all the female characters behind Captain Marvel because Peter Parker, like, how you gonna get through all that? You got all the female characters going. Now, that was a badass scene right there. So then you get there. Now, mind you, if Captain Marvel is supposed to be so fast, I don't know why Thanos gonna throw his little weapon and blow it up. Then he actually ended up getting the gauntlet. And then he's about to go snap his fingers. Then you got Captain Marvel. Now this is the one scene everybody wanted to see because everybody was trying to say that Captain Marvel is a powerful Avenger. So she ended up fighting Thanos, and then she holding on to Thanos, and actually Thanos tried to headbutt her, and then it was almost like when you hit Superman, the Man of Steel, you know what I mean? And then Captain Marvel gave him that look like I don't play them games, so I don't play that. So Captain Marvel came up, lifted up, and she lifted up, and she was trying to break Thanos' hand, and he was almost about to break the hand. Then he took the Power Stone up and punched him in the way. And I said, okay, I see why they did that, even though I still think Captain Marvel was a powerful person. But then, Thanos, you got Tony Stark jumping in because he's about to snap again. But then he said, and Thanos actually got the stones. He was like, I am inevitable. But he snapped it, and you realize, nope, yes, Tony Stark's little, his own gauntlet version of hands. And Tony Stark got the real gauntlet. And he said, I am Iron Man, and he snaps it. And then Thanos' army starts vanishing. But the thing is, just like I said, Tony, in the beginning of my discussion, I said that in the beginning, Thanos was injured. Now, mind you, Thanos is a very big, powerful guy. Thanos, he was injured when he snapped the fingers to destroy the stones. Iron Man snapped it. He's a human. Iron Man dies. Now, I'll admit, everybody told me they crying when they saw that. I ain't really crying. I almost felt like a sociopath or something. A psychopath, I ain't cried. I'm like, that's happening on screen. So then, Peter Parker, almost got me to like, Peter Parker came in there. He's like, Tony, I'm here. I'm going to wait. You know what I mean? So then Tony Stark ended up dying. So fast forward to that, they had his little funeral. Then, Captain America said, I'm going to get all the different timelines and put them in the right places because, it's going to mess up. It's going to produce all these different alternate timelines. Now, I think that last 30 minutes of series is the greatest superhero battle I've ever seen. I literally watched it 2 times just for that thing alone. And it was, so normally I would, you shouldn't do this, people, but I would sneak into a movie, but I couldn't. It was all packed. So I had to go on my way and buy 3 tickets. Just so I could watch the 30-minute thing. That's how good it is. So, I'm going to give it again 5 out of 5 stars. This is DCNDOLO. This is our first review. And there'll be many more reviews I will do. Now, mind you, like I told my friends who are watching, because I know you're going to be seeing this on Facebook, this is the one and only time where I'm going to sit there and wait for y'all to watch it to not give you spoilers. Because normally I'm going to do on this is basically I'm going to give my movie review. I'm probably going to try to watch it Friday or Saturday. Probably going to be Saturday. Until the show gets to the point, which I know it will, is the point where I get to be invited to watch them early, premieres with the other movie reviewers or critics. I'm not really a critic. I don't really criticize film. I'm a fan. I'm a movie goer. We're gonna do a review. So the plan is I'm gonna do my movie reviews and then I'm gonna give a spoiler. Unless it's something big like this, I might wait. But since this is my first movie review, I'm going to concede and let y'all watch it. I ain't doing it again now. I'm not doing it again because when I lived, how hard it was for me. I had to wait 5 days because of y'all. That's how much I love y'all. I had to wait 5 days. I ain't doing it again. No, not anymore. I'm gonna get a movie review. I'm gonna say I'm gonna put non-spoiler. You got to give your movie review, see if you want to watch it. Then I'm gonna go to the spoiler thing. So I did this one solid for you, and I hope you enjoyed it. So this is DCNDOLO, aka 87. I'm the movie review guy. I'm the movie guy. I'm the movie lover. I'm gonna do movie reviews. I might do trailer reviews. If y'all want me to do TV show reviews, write down in the comments. If you want me to do any type of review of any type of show, but basically be movies, trailers. I might do Game of Thrones. If y'all want me to do Game of Thrones, I'll do that. You know, I might do. You know what? I'm gonna do a review on the Game of Thrones. That's what I'm gonna do. This episode that we're talking about, I'm gonna do that. But I'm sorry, I'm talking to my producer. I don't know what she's asking me, but hey, like I was saying,
Instagram name.
Oh, thank you. She's telling me. Okay, my Instagram name is JANTOINEK. We will be having a DCNDOLO Instagram, and I'll definitely be telling that, and I'll definitely be posting on in the description below. But I'm glad y'all got to witness my first movie. Well, actually, second one, I did come to Marvel. But on DCNDOLO is my first one. So I'm glad y'all able to witness my first movie review, and the fact that Avengers Endgame is our first movie review, that's something. So why don't y'all come back, check in. Yes, this is our YouTube channel, and this is going to be fire. So subscribe, share on your page, especially my Facebook friends. You better share my video to everybody, and then tag them and tell them to share the video. So I'm really excited. Y'all know I love movies. I guess y'all can tell it in my face. I love movies to death. It's my thing. I watch movies pretty much every week. I literally take time out of my time to save my paycheck, specifically for movies. So, yeah, man, I can't wait. Hey, so I'm talking a little bit too much. I'm rambling, but hey, y'all see my excitement. Y'all check in soon. This is DCNDOLO. Peace. I'm out.